Afternoon. We're going to get started here in a few minutes. I just want to give you a little bit of the logistics. The inductees are sitting over here, and they will come up on stage, and feel free to take pictures as they're up here. There's also a backdrop around the corner where you can take photos of them against the 4-H Foundation backdrop. After the ceremony, there is a reception in room 1 for family members of the inductees and the inductees themselves. And we're very excited that you guys have come this afternoon to celebrate these wonderful people that are getting inducted into the 4-H Hall of Fame. And one other shout out I want to give to Shirley Stakey, wherever she is, because she is the 4-H volunteer who puts all of this together. And we really appreciate all the time and efforts that she puts into it. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2012 Iowa 4-H Hall of Fame induction ceremony. My name is Elizabeth Philmeyer, and I am a 4-H alumnus. Today, we gather to recognize and celebrate volunteers and staff who have been selected by their counties for induction into the Iowa 4-H Hall of Fame. The 4-H Hall of Fame recognizes those adult volunteers and staff who have demonstrated outstanding service and dedication to the 4-H program and the many youth participants. Now, would everyone please stand to recite the Pledge of Allegiance and the 4-H pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I pledge my head to clear thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living, for my club, my community, my country, and my world. Here today to welcome you from Iowa State University Extension is Kath Ann Kress, Vice President for Extension and Outreach.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. On behalf of President Stephen Leith at Iowa State University and all of our deans and faculty, I'm very happy to welcome you all here today. I'd also like to, on behalf of Iowa State University Extension and Outreach, thank you for your abundant dedication, your encouragement, your commitment, and your guidance to Iowa 4-H'ers through the years. Those of us at Iowa State University applaud you for understanding that young minds need caring, consistent adults to develop not only their technical skills and knowledge, but their ability to collaborate and work across organizational and disciplinary boundaries for their future. Those of us at Iowa State University Extension and Outreach fulfill the land-grant mission to extend the resources of our university out to our citizens and to ensure that Iowa State remains a people's university. Our university has a lot to offer those who are willing to be creative problem solvers. You probably know that Iowa State University was the birthplace of the first electronic digital computer that started the world's computer technology revolution. But you may not know that one of our anthropologists, Jill Prutz, discovered that chimps hunting with tools was a new thing, and Wired magazine identified that as a top 10 scientific breakthrough. Iowa State and Ames Lab engineer Ivor Anderson developed the patented lead-free solder that's most likely in every one of your cell phones that's here in this exhibit building today. These are fascinating and powerful ideas, and they've changed the world. We believe in the power of our university, our faculty, our students, and the land-grant mission, and we recognize that one of the main reasons that it all works is because of talented young people who come to our university. We are proud of the fact that Iowa State University educates more Iowa youth than any other university, and our hope is to continue that tradition. We believe that Iowa State is uniquely in position to ensure that all our young people have the science, technology, engineering, and math skills they need to be successful in future careers. But more importantly, we believe there is an increasing need for all youth to understand these areas so that they will be well prepared to make decisions as citizens and leaders and be able to take care of their future communities and our world. As I prepared my comments, I thought about all the things my children know to get along today in 2012 that I barely dreamed of when I was their age. My sons laugh when I tell them about bag phones that were the size of a shoebox, or carrying my punch cards across campus to run one statistical equation on a computer that took up the entire basement of a university building. That computing power has now been surpassed by the cell phone I carry around in my pocket. 20 years from now, by the year 2032, we will need to know things that we can hardly guess today. That's why Iowa State University hosted things like the World Food Prize Iowa Youth Institute this year to engage youth in developing solutions to potential issues of global food security and hunger, and hosted the Odyssey of the Mind to encourage innovation. We are also increasing partnerships to foster enhanced K-12 outreach, such as the STEM Hub for Governor Branstad's STEM initiative, headed up by Lieutenant Governor Kim Reynolds. Leaders in both the public and private sectors recognize America's ability to compete in a knowledge-based global economy largely depends on two things: a population that is well-trained and technically competent, and the scientific and technological innovations they produce. At Iowa State, we add a third. We believe we also need to cultivate an informed citizenry and leaders who will be able to make wise decisions about how to use those innovations and knowledge in ways that will build our economy, build our state, enhance our world, and enrich our lives. By 2032, a more automated car will have been invented, perhaps by some of our young people here today. You'll be able to get behind the wheel of a smart car that will avoid fender benders by braking before you even know there's danger ahead. The car's sensors will monitor activity and destination of other cars on the road and will find and connect with other vehicles traveling with a common destination. While this will help to conserve fuel and may save lives, I think of the dumb things people do with smartphones today and imagine what they'll come up with for smart cars. We have to remember that innovation never just hands us tools. It grants us a passport. Our choices multiply, possibilities become reality, expectations increase. We want more, and we are faced with new moral decisions. Our young people today will be facing decisions that we can hardly imagine the challenge before them today. So our young people need both the STEM skills and understanding to know how to use them wisely and the compassion to make those good decisions for our country to remain competitive. As 4-H volunteers who are being honored here today, you have developed and guided our future community leaders, our scientists, and most likely the parents of the next generation. On behalf of those of us at Iowa State University, we want to thank you for everything you've done for our young people and everything that you continue to do to make sure Iowa's young people are ready for the challenges ahead. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Kath Ann. This year, 87 Iowa counties chose to participate in the 4-H Hall of Fame. The inductees chosen by their counties represent both lifelong volunteers and extension staff who have exemplified outstanding service and dedication to the 4-H program in that particular county. We are recognizing the inductees from Jefferson County through Worth County at this ceremony. We invite the honorees and their family and friends to join us for a reception after the ceremony in Presentation Room 1. We are delighted with the number of Hall of Fame inductees and family members who are able to be with us today. We are going to introduce the inductee or family representative, read a brief description about the inductee's contribution to the program, and present a certificate provided by the Iowa 4-H Foundation. Assisting Chuck Morris, Director of 4-H Youth Development, with the presentations of the certificates are Scott Mortimer, President of the Iowa 4-H Foundation Board of Trustees, and Chris Fish-Coleman, Executive Director of the 4-H Foundation. Micah Redinas and Kevin Talak will assist me in introducing this year's inductees. Our first inductee is Mark Gehring. Mark has been involved with agriculture throughout his life. He raised purebred Suffolks for many years. He received the FFA Iowa Farmer and National Farmer Awards and a degree in Ag Business from Iowa State University. He served as manager of Midwest Wool and territory manager for both Golden Sun Feed and Big Gain Feed. As a county and state fair 4-H livestock judge, he has encouraged youth from all over Iowa to strive for excellence and has promoted Iowa agricultural products. Thank you for sharing your expertise, Mark. George Dane, wife Marjorie, their 4 children, Jeanette, Bob, Mary Jo, and Bill, and 2 of their grandchildren, Jane and Brian Driscoll, have been involved in the Johnson County 4-H program since the 1930s as both members and leaders. They are strong believers in the 4-H program, supporting character building, life skills, and leadership skill development. They have been active members in their communities. The Danes continue to financially support the Johnson County 4-H program and the Iowa State Fair. Congratulations and thank you for your many years of commitment to the 4-H program. Jean and Shirley Brunsheen were active members of their respective 4-H clubs. Jean and Shirley loved exhibiting cattle and made many friends while doing so. Shirley has been a 4-H leader, has served on the County Youth Committee, is the vice chairperson of the Jones County Extension Council, and is currently the County Fair Youth Beef Superintendent. Jean was president of the Wyoming Fair Board and board member of the Jones County Cattlemen's Association. Both have enjoyed serving on the great Jones County Fair Board for many years. Congratulations. Enid Phillips is a farm wife from Wetcheer, Iowa. She was a 4-H leader for the Keswick Cloverleaves 4-H Club in Keokuk County for over 35 years. During these years, she helped hundreds of youth in all areas of 4-H, but her passion was food and nutrition. 4-H at their home was a family affair. Her husband of 62 years also took his turn as a leader of the Prairie Rustlers 4-H Club. Congratulations, Enid.
Rhonda Gray can be seen anywhere a 4-H activity or event is taking place, as 4-H has always been a part of her life as a member and a leader. She truly bleeds green. She served on the youth committee and was chair for 3 years. Rhonda was a founding member of the local youth foundation that supports 4-H, serving as treasurer since its beginning. Rhonda is also serving her second term as secretary of the Kossuth County Extension Council. Rhonda loves the fair and always willing to do volunteer work anywhere. Thank you, Rhonda. Lloyd and Lois Martin are both 4-H alumni. They began working as a team when Lloyd was the 4-H Boys County President and Lois was the 4-H Girls County President during 1945 to 1946. In 1947, they both became leaders of separate clubs, continuing until their children were active 4-Hers. Between them, they have over 36 of experience being leaders, true 4-Hers. Congratulations. Robert and Marilyn Slutz believes they have received skills and lessons in 4-H that help them build a lifetime of success in matters of their heads, hearts, hands, and health. Now, after years of 4-H membership and leadership, they are giving back to the program. Thank you for your continuous support for many years and your new efforts to build the youth center at the Louisa County Fairgrounds. The Extension Council in Louisa County thanks Robert and Marilyn and honors them as the county nominee to the 2012 Iowa 4-H Hall of Fame. Paul and Betty Umbenhauer have contributed to the Lucas County 4-H program throughout their lives. During their children's 4-H years, they could be found helping with club functions and projects around the fairgrounds. For many years, Paul and Betty have supported the 4-H sale through their business, Sheridan Feed and Grain. Paul served on the local fair board and announced the county swine show for many years. Thank you, Paul and Betty. Mike Erdman of Madison County, was an 8-year member of the Boone Boomers 4-H Club in Dallas County. Mike was chosen and awarded the honor of Dallas County Outstanding 4-H member in 1974. Mike's involvement in 4-H led him to Iowa State University and his future in agriculture. His leadership and citizenship activities instilled a sense of giving back to the community, which he continues to practice in today. As Mike firmly believes, it's all about the kids. Thanks for caring, Mike.
As a 4-H member in the early 70s, Sharon and her twin sister Karen have made and styled a new Iowa 4-H uniform. Sharon has been a leader in Marion County for 20 years for the Just Us Club. She puts in many hours making sure club members get all they can out of 4-H. She also helps with the judging and displays of static exhibits at the Marion County Fair every year. It seems only fitting that Sharon is introduced into the 4-H Hall of Fame because she has touched so many lives around her. Congratulations. Jody Berneman has been dedicated volunteer in Marshall County 4-H for 26 years. She has devoted her time and talents in the beef projects to help many youth learn how to care for and show their animals. Jody's leadership qualities made her an important part of 4-H at the club and county levels, as well as her participation on the Central Iowa Fair Board. Marshall County is proud to have their 2012 nominee, Josie Berneman, introduced into the Iowa 4-H Hall of Fame. Congratulations. With a long association of 4-H, Scott Hillier has a passion for sharing the benefits of 4-H program with others. He leads by example of strong character. He has a quiet way of reassuring, encouraging, and assisting youth, helping them develop their own pillars of character. With a solid foundation of moral standards and the family values, Scott has built a life of service to his family and community. Mills County is proud of Scott Hillier as this year's honoree to the Iowa 4-H Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Scott. Neil Wubin has been an asset not only to Mitchell County 4-H, but the entire state of the Iowa 4-H program. During the many years he served as a county extension education director, he has advocated for youth development and ensured the 4-H program stayed strong. He involved kids in this process and worked to give ownership and instill passion for their ideas. Education is Neil's life vocation, and he has made a lifelong commitment to making an impact on youth he works with. Thank you, Neil, for believing in today's youth. In 2012, Jill Hausman was recognized for 25 years of volunteer service in Mahanock County in 4-H program. She has made a valuable contribution to the youth of her community as a 4-H club leader. A 9-year 4-H member herself, Jill, and her husband, Marvin, have devoted countless hours to improving their community through multiple service projects, introducing renovation, including renovating 3 community playgrounds. She has been an outstanding leader in her community, as well as a role model for her 3 children and their families. Thank you, Jill.
Jean and Helen Klein have been volunteer 4-H leaders for 17 years and are still very much involved. They both serve on the Monroe County Fair Board, where Helen is Secretary-Treasurer. They are faithful donors of trophies and awards for the Dog Project class. At the fair and other 4-H events, Jean and Helen work long hours at the food booth, and Helen volunteers to cook and bake pies. They are truly mainstays of 4-H in Monroe County. Thank you, Jean and Helen. When local people think of the Montgomery County Fair, they also think of the Strickland family. They worked with the Montgomery County 4-H static superintendents for many years. Lee was a director on the Montgomery County Fair Board and served as secretary, vice president, and president. Lee has also served as vice president of the 5th District of the Iowa Association of Fairs for 4 years. They have both served the youth and the county fair for over 40 years, helping to make it a great event for everyone. Thank you, Lee and Laverne. Janice Walker has been involved with Muscatine County Extension almost all of her life in one way or another. First, as a 4-H member. She was a 4-H club leader for over 15 years, an Extension Council member, and served on the Program Development Committee, where she continues as a resource person. For 2 decades, she served as a judging monitor at the fair, directing exhibitors to the judges. Janice has been a wonderful asset to the 4-H program in Muscatine County. Her lifelong dedication and commitment to 4-H certainly earned her this recognition today. Congratulations, Janice. For his entire life, Norman Meyer has had a strong passion for 4-H. Norm especially enjoyed the beef program and served as the assistant beef superintendent for more than 30 years. Norm derived as much pleasure from helping his 3 children participate in 4-H and wholeheartedly supported them when they tried new projects. Through Norm's passion and dedication to 4-H, the Meyer family has had so many fantastic shared memories. Thank you. In 2002, Devonna Perkins was appointed as the business manager of the Palo Alto County Fair Board and has been a wonderful addition to the Palo Alto County Fair and 4-H program ever since. Devonna's grant writing skills secured 6 grants for fairground improvements for almost a total of $200,000. Devonna has been a co-leader for the Junior Clippers 4-H Club, chaperoned 2 Citizenship Washington focus trips, chaperoned State 4-H Conference, has worked many county lock-ins, judged at a number of county fairs in the area, and even picked up a road ditch or 2. Devonna has committed many hours of time and effort to improving and supporting 4-H in Palo Alto County. Thank you, Devonna.
Rich Callis's 4-H experience began when he first joined the Liberty Perry Pacers 4-H Club at the age of 10. One of his fondest memories was helping to build the first building on the current fairgrounds. No, it's not. Through his 70 years of participation in the Plymouth County 4-H program, he has served as the leader for 25 years, been on the Beef Committee, Sale Committee, and served on the Sheep Committee. Rich says his best 4-H memories involve working with the young people, sharing memories with them, their appreciation for the role of 4-H and volunteers like Rich. Congratulations and happy birthday. and Jean Trimble have been part of Pocahontas County 4-H for many years. Steve and Jean currently serve on the 4-H Youth Committee and the Scholarship Committee. Jean served as club leader for 15 years. Pocahontas County thanks these two for their continued support for the County 4-H program. Thank you. The Coreys come from a long and proud County 4-H tradition. Mike and Sherry have left their mark here in Polk County over the last 32 years as club leaders and fair board members. Their 3 sons were all involved in Polk County 4-H, and currently their grandson benefits from their helpful suggestions as he works with his sheep and cattle. The Polk County 4-H program is proud to have such outstanding examples of the 4-H ideals with the Corey family. Congratulations. A family of 4 generations in East Potawatomi 4-H began with a 4-H club membership of Ralph and June Ellen Pierce in the 1930s. They were club leaders sharing many experiences with youth members. Ralph and June Ellen are honorary members of the Westside Feeders 4-H Club. They have attended nearly every East Potawatomi County Fair, as well as 60 years at the Iowa State Fair. Through 4-H, the Pierces have met a lot of people, including an exchange delegate, and made many lifetime memories and friends. Congratulations. Jerry Dale joined the Bear Creek Lively Livestock Club in 1949. During his 4-H career, many of the livestock he raised or bred became 4-H State Fair champions. He served as a state 4-H officer, was a delegate to National 4-H Conference, and received the Lou Plager Award for Outstanding Powesheik County 4-H'er. In 1958, Jerry wrote in his record book, "The chief lesson I learned is not what you do, but how you do it." He spent the next 54 years doing things very well. Thanks for everything you've done, Jerry.
In Ringgold County, Allen is the owner and publisher of the Mount Air Record News. His coverage of 4-H is continual. Rarely does one find the weekly edition of his paper without a 4-H article or something from Extension. 4-H members have been hired to help with the annual Record News Fair edition, which includes numerous photos of exhibitors. His coverage is unbiased, timely, informative, interesting reading, and his support of youth is exceptional. Thank you, Alan, for supporting 4-H youth. Bill Thompson credits his 4-H experiences for making him who he is today. He continually strives to pay it forward. Bill has been privileged to be involved in 4-H in 3 Iowa counties. He was an active 4-H youth in Webster County and in Wright County. In Sac County, Bill Thompson was instrumental in establishing the Sac County 4-H Endowment Fund. Thank you, Bill, for supporting 4-H. Mike Haas has been a coach of award-winning livestock judging teams in Scott County for the past 26 years. Many youth have learned about the traits of good livestock from Mike's judging workouts. The knowledge learned from endless livestock workouts have earned several champion team awards. Mike served as a 4-H club leader for 8 years. Under his leadership, Mike challenged members of the Bluegrass 4-H Club to stay involved in 4-H, participating in a variety of activities. Thanks, Mike, for your years of 4-H support. Charles and Judy Albrecht began their years of dedication to 4-H when they were young. As both they were longtime members of their respective counties. When their boys were old enough to join 4-H, they helped organize a neighborhood boys club. Both continued their interest in 4-H as judges and as mentors to local youth, including their grandchildren. With over 80 years of combined volunteerism in 4-H, Charles and Judy exemplify outstanding service to Shelby County 4-H program. Thank you, Charles and Judy. It's all about the kids. For those of us who work and volunteer with the 4-H organization, those are familiar words. For Terry Hoyer, these words are a lifestyle. Since 1972, Terry has volunteered his time, money, animals, experience, advice, help, and much to the 4-H program. 4-Hers in many counties have Terry to thank for a livestock project, as well as advice, encouragement, and also some good-natured kidding. Terry's years of volunteering include serving as a club leader, livestock superintendent, Sioux County's Extension Council, and the 4-H Youth Committee. 4-H depends on caring adults like Terry Hoyer to help our youth reach their full potential. Thank you, Terry.
Claire Hall's love for children and interest in horses was the beginning of her many years' involvement in the Story County 4-H program. She has been horse superintendent for over 20 years, a member of the State 4-H Horse Advisory Committee, and responsible for 4-H horse camps and clinics. Claire judges county and state 4-H exhibits in visual arts, photography, home improvement, and the Iowa Horse Jamboree. With her encouragement and support, many 4-Hers have become leaders and volunteers within the horse program and throughout many other 4-H project areas. Claire is a strong advocate for kids, and her goal is to bring out for the best in all youth. Thank you and congratulations, Claire. The late Bernard Dostal's lifelong commitment to Tama County 4-H programs began when he enrolled in his local 4-H club. The next decade of his membership was followed by over 40 years as a leader. Bernard's more than half a century's commitment to 4-H youth and related extension and community service is admirable. His humble spirit of cooperation, unselfish generosity of time, and personable demeanor made a difference in the Tama County 4-H program, and more importantly, in the lives of his 4-H club members and their families. His sons, Kevin and Tony, are accepting in his memory today. Gwen Maines is a true representation of 4-H characteristics. She is always willing to willing to share her knowledge and help others learn. Gwen shows true compassion and unselfish generosity towards all 4-H'ers. Gwen is a dedicated volunteer and is very supportive of any 4-H activity. Taylor County is fortunate to have such an influential 4-H volunteer. Congratulations, Gwen. Darwin West has always enjoyed kids and watching them grow and mature. He keeps track of the kids, whether driving them to school, athletic events, or taking them on field trips. He also announces their arrival on the red carpet at the school prom. At the county fair, Darwin is the auctioneer for their 4-H livestock sale. Kids are his business, he says. Darwin West is a true friend of 4-H'ers in Union County. Thanks, Darwin. Marvin and Doris Strait have been longtime supporters of the 4-H program. As a 4-H'er himself, Marvin received many livestock honors during his 9 years in 4-H. Doris helped with many sewing and craft projects, as well as judging many Van Buren County 4-H exhibits and 4-H exhibits at surrounding county fairs. Marvin's parents were 4-H leaders. Their 3 sons were 4-H members. Their grandchildren are current 4-H members, making them a 4-generation 4-H family. Congratulations, Marvin and Doris.
Rosemary Peterson has been a strong supporter of the Wapello County 4-H program for many years. She helped start and was the leader of the Polk XL 4-H Club for over 30 years. Rosemary was the superintendent of photography at the fair for over 10 years. Many young people benefited from her knowledge and support. Congratulations, Rosemary. The 2012 Iowa 4-H Hall of Fame nominees from Warren County are Kevin and the late Jane Putney. When their sons Mark and Kurt were old enough to join 4-H, they became leaders of the White Oak Climbers 4-H Club. During their many years of involvement, they have been 4-H leaders, judges, and mentors for 4-H members in Central Iowa. In addition, Kevin is the auctioneer at the 4-H livestock sale. Together, Kevin and Jade made a lifelong, lasting impact on many young people in Warren County. Thank you. Nancy Adrian of Washington County. Some know her as the Good Luck 4-H club leader, but many know her as the face of extension and 4-H in Washington County. Nancy Adrian is the one who has welcomed and served 4-H leaders, families, 4-H members, and other visitors to the extension office for almost 10 years. She does an incredible job of making everyone on the phone or at the counter feel welcome and important. It's hard to imagine Washington County 4-H without Nancy's dedication and support. Thank you, Nancy. Rhonda Mason has been active in 4-H for many years, beginning as a 9-year member. Since then, she has been a club leader for 17 years, dog project leader for 15, and an exhibit building superintendent for 20 years. Rhonda Mason and her husband Richard live in rural Corridon, where they have raised 2 children and who were also active in 4-H. Rhonda has never missed a Wayne County Fair or Iowa State Fair. It has been a family affair. We are pleased to honor you today. Thank you. As a Webster County 4-H'er myself, I am proud to introduce Emerson Andy Anderson. He has been active with the Webster County 4-H program and Webster County Fair Board for several decades. Andy was the announcer for the Webster and Humboldt County fairs for many years. He served as swine superintendent for several years in Webster County. As superintendent, he would assist youth in finding hogs to exhibit at the fair. For over 40 years, he also contacted local businesses to get extra support to 4-H'ers who were exhibiting hogs. Andy's love of the fair has been demonstrated every year as he could be seen on the fairgrounds visiting with fairgoers and exhibitors. He knows everyone, and they soon learned about his passion for the fairgrounds and helping youth. Congratulations, and thank you, Andy.
Stephen and Danella R. Darrington have a deep history with the 4-H program in Winneshiek County. Throughout the years, Stephen and Danella have chaperoned 4-H camps and led 4-H workshops, helped with livestock IDs for the Iowa State Fair, and worked countless hours at many 4-H events. They also have been instrumental in our County 4-H and the County 4-H Foundation. Winneshiek County Extension and the 4-H program have been blessed with their support for many years. Congratulations, Steve and Danella. Lou Roach has been a longtime volunteer, advocate, and cheerleader for the 4-H. She is introduced to the 4-H program when their 3 children joined the local 4-H club. She embraced the learn by doing philosophy, became a leader, and served the county and the state as a member of the Woodbury County 4-H subcommittee and as a trustee of the Iowa 4-H Foundation. She recognized the importance of record keeping, and under her guidance, a record keeping guide for the county was developed, resulting in many Woodbury 4-H'ers earning trips and educational scholarships. Today, Woodbury County 4-H'ers are still benefiting from the hard work and organizational skills Lou invested in our organization for over 40 years. Thank you, Lou, for the years of commitment to 4-H. Alan Stevens is a respected and loyal community servant to a number of community organizations, including the Worth County 4-H. He has served 4-H in many ways as a parent, 4-H leader, 4-H community member, strong financial contributor, ISU extension staff mentor, and a key player in the successfully Worth County Extension recommendation vote in 1992. Allen supports exhibitors providing high quality and low cost feeder pigs to 4-H'ers, as well as serving as an announcer at the Fair Swine Show. Hundreds of youth have benefited from the extra effort and dedication Alan Stevens has put forth assisting the kids of Worth County 4-H. Thank you, Alan, for supporting youth. Shirley Lager joined 4-H when she was 10 years old. One of her favorite things was playing the piano for the 4-H chorus and for the fun night skits. She was a leader for the Lincoln Lassie League for 25 years. She helped with workshops, bake sales, camps, and trips, donated to 4-H 400, and helped all her girls and grandchildren with 4-H projects. She continues to attend several 4-H events and still is a #1 helper, along with her husband Johnny, at the 4-H food stand at the Wright County Fair. Congratulations, Shirley.
Micah, Kevin, and myself do apologize for anyone's name we pronounced incorrectly during the ceremony. But on behalf of current and past 4-H youth, we want to thank all of you who recognize the importance of the 4-H program and have dedicated your lives to making the best better. If any of you who are present or past 4-H volunteers or staff members, please stand and then join me in giving them a round of applause. I would like to welcome Chuck Morris, Director of 4-H Youth Development, who will conclude our program this afternoon.
It's indeed my pleasure to also congratulate each of our inductees today. This is one of the most important honors that we have, to say thank you to all the work that it takes to make our young people grow into successful adults. It's a wonderful celebration, and to me, it symbolizes the power of that 4-H clover. Iowa State University Extension and Outreach's 4-H Youth Development Program, it is truly a privilege to do this today. What does it take to earn this prestigious honor? Well, I believe it takes at least 3 things. 1, a belief in young people and a desire to help them find success. The second, personal sacrifice. And I mean this only in the most positive sense of the word. Each of our inductees have demonstrated a purposeful decision to share time, talents, and treasures to help 4-Hers learn life skills. We know from academic research that a caring adult is the most important ingredient in the formula for creating successful youth. Number 3, a commitment to the ideals of 4-H. Expanding on the words that we said in our 4-H pledge, our recipients have helped touch the lives of many youth in their counties. They provided experiences that helped 4-Hers make positive decisions and to process those consequences, to identify the needs of their communities and then to do something about it, and to learn how to be a productive member of a group through voicing one's opinions, sharing information, and committing to group goals. These are the essential elements of the genius of 4-H, and that caring adult, personal commitment, and learn by doing educational experiences are designed to do just that. Thank you again for being here today and joining us for this very special celebration. We appreciate everything that you do, and that will keep our foundation strong for the future. Thank you very much for coming.